Hello, my name is Johnny Mata, and today I'll be reflecting on one of the scenarios I did, which is my first essay, where I talk about my Roblox game business, where we create Roblox games, me and my partner. The project we intended to work on was a endless runner, inspired by games such as Temple Run and Subway Surfer. I was responsible for all the 3D assets, designs, environments, UI, etc., while my friend's responsibilities included programming, and everything around that. Although our responsibilities were divided well based clearly on our career paths and what we were really good at, we had issues that impacted our project's development time due to communication issues mainly and extra tasks that were being set. So the project was intended to be finished relatively quickly, maybe around a few months. However, this project ended up taking around 2 years, which is still being made to this day. One of the major challenges that was faced during this project was communication. My friend would take long periods of time to respond to DMs and show work, whilst also avoiding discussions about the game. This made it really difficult for me to progress during the development of the game, as it made me unaware of what to do and the current progress that the game was taking. And when he would return, he wouldn't he would either show completed progress, uncompleted progress, or just start adding random huge new ideas that didn't kind of relate to the correlation of what the game was intended for, and it just kept on delaying the project even more. As the game's overall production improved, the constant addition of new content ideas made the game difficult to release on time, prolonging its development, which further pushed it away from its original objective. Despite me always being ahead of my tasks while my partner wasn't, even with the new additional content, it still made it difficult due to the lack of communication regarding the programming side of the project. If I could revisit the situation, which I technically could, but since we're about to release the game, I wouldn't have to, but I took it to ChatGPT for AI help to see how I could solve and help resolve these situations and the challenges that I was facing. And I asked ChatGPT what could I do to resolve the challenges if the partner is not responding for prolonged periods of times. It suggested that several strategies, including establishing regular check-ins, using shared tracking systems for tasks, documenting important decisions, creating project milestones, and having direct discussions about communication expectations. Now, these suggestions are pretty good and could have helped improved. However, it was more towards that he wasn't doing it on time. It was that maybe he was still learning or he was struggling. However, if I was maybe communicated myself more to him or help support him maybe in a different way, even though I was loaded with tasks myself, maybe that could have helped actually improve the task itself and the project, and it maybe could have helped release them more on time. Because I realized that maybe I could have helped him instead, I asked ChatGPT how could I help him focus more on achieving goals that we initially intended for. It suggested that creating a list of essential release features, separating future ideas from for late updates, which would help reduce the actual activities being done while focusing on mainly on what the game is supposed to be and updating the game later. Now, this suggestion was actually quite relevant to my project and the situation I was facing, as because he was very excited to release this game and create this first new game. He wanted to make sure it was like really good, really fun. He kept that wanting to add more ideas that he would enjoy, which prolonged it. But now by reducing this and pushing it towards further updates in the future, as the game could have failed on release, so it wouldn't have mattered. So if we were able to just focus mainly on the main objectives, this suggestion actually would have helped us create the game better. With the use of new AI tools such as ClickUp and Notion AI, this would have helped improve and support our project's organization. It would have helped improve the organization through communication and task management, as these AI tools can help create new project plans, assign tasks with progress trackers, set milestones for us, which would help us and benefited our individual responsibilities throughout the project. Now, with these new AI tools mentioned, I definitely could have approached the situation differently, as if the tools were implemented and used during the beginning of the project. We could have had impossibly improved communication. We could have definitely improved the clarity and structure of the project. And with these, we would have been able to focus mainly on the game's overall objectives and goals rather than continuously expanding the scope of the game. Overall, after exploring the AI tools, they would have helped us approach the project and the communication issues in a more structured way. They would have allowed me to approach the situation differently, as AI could have helped reduce the challenges that we're currently facing. I believe that these approaches through AI support wouldn't fix all the issues on its own. However, it would have helped us provide guidance and support that would have helped us reach our goals sooner and more effectively. Thank you for watching.